poor trapped souls, dragged to a foreign land, surrounded by the mists. What do you seek here? Knowledge, honor, revenge. You clutch onto steel and faith, but you are far from the sight of your God. Know this. He is the ancient. He is the land. And you are trespassing.
Go. Yeah, well, let's go. We're in this. We're committed. He's arrested, just a little drunk, but he's still good. Let's do this.
But, I mean, if we...
Ismark says, come, I'll show you to the church.
Okay.
Yes.
I guess we go to...
We don't need nothing else. We're rested. We are healthy. We are... And he's somewhat getting better. You know what? You need to stop being a mouthy little child. And you are in this game.
Okay.
So we follow Ismark to Donovan's place?
Okay.
I mean, is he with us? Did he follow us, or is he leaving?
Ophelia stayed back behind.
Yeah.
She wanted to sort of keep a watch on
the dead father that we can't seem to fucking kill.
Okay. Atop a slight rise against the roots of the pillar stone that supports Castle Ravenloft, which, as you guys can see, the village is like at the base of this mountain, and right on cue, the mist recedes a little bit, and you guys peer up. You can see the church. And Trevor, this is the exact same church from your dreams. This is the village from your dreams. And on top of this mountain, you see a ginormous castle looming in the distance.
I believe we have found our
and the mist,
Strahd's home.
The mist sort of thicken again. Okay. Stands a gray, sagging edifice of stone and wood. This church has obviously weathered the assaults of evil for centuries on end and is worn and weary. A bell tower rises toward the back, and flickering light shines through holes in the shingled roof. The rafters strain feebly against their load. What do you do?
No, bang on the church if we're not in.
Bang on the door and get no answer.
Kick the door open.
You just kick the door open?
Or open it, however, if it's locked, yes.
Well, what do you do?
Oh, trying to open the door with force.
Try to open the door.
You want me to roll for it?
Well, depending on what you do. If you're trying to open the door, it's locked.
Okay, kick the door in. I'll roll for it.
Well, I'll tell you if you need to roll for it.
Okay.
You kick the door, and it bursts open with ease.
But it looks like Dragar's
Dragar, you burst the door open.
Of course.
And what you see before you is there's doors on either side of you. There's 4. To your left and to your right. And continuing on further, you see a broken, what looks like to be a church, you know? The heavy wooden doors of the church are covered with claw marks and scarred by fire, by the way.
I was about to say, we should all get ready, each stay at one of the entrance of the door. Just barely open it.
The doors open to reveal a 10-foot wide, 20-foot long hall leading to a brightly lit chapel. The hall is unlit and reeks of mildew. 4 doors, 2 on each side of the hall, lead to adjacent chambers.
We should check the chambers first. There's 4 of us. Each of us check a door. Be cautious as you open it in case more zombies are there. How about weapons at the ready?
Right, but I was going to remind you, Percy's drunk off his ass.
Yeah.
That's why I was like, hey, maybe we should wait.
What are you doing here?
Alright,
A man talks and turns and walks up to you. This man is pretty old looking, and he's got a huge nose, sunken in eyes, and he's a little bit big. He's sort of on the fat, chunkier side.
That's the guy dragging bodies.
What are you talking? I don't drag bodies.
Sorry, that was out of story. I'm sorry.
No, you said it.
Book.
You said it, my friend.
Fuck!
Oh, what do you mean? What bodies?
Are you?
Yeah, that sounds kind of scary. Don't
Are you the
worry
priest
about
here?
him. He
Are you the
doesn't
priest
understand
here?
things like
I
normal
am.
people.
I'm the priest here.
I walk up and I put my arm on him. I'm like, hey man, like, don't worry, like, we don't think you're a killer or anything.
Well, that would be nice. Thank the morning Lord you arrived. He's answered my prayers.
Yep.
What do you guys do?
What is? What's in it? What
You
is
guys are
your
standing
name?
there awkward for a few moments.
We need you to come with us. The burgomaster has been.
I'm
looking
not
for
going
you.
anywhere.
We need you. Why?
I have to stay here for the church, with the church.
At all points in time.
Yeah, I'm not leaving this place.
Alright. So it's gonna be
We
a
need
hard
you
one.
to. You do know your whole town has gone under plague of zombies, correct? They need
Must be new around here. It's always been like this.
We have people going missing. We need you. The burgomaster needs your company, and then you can return here. But we need you to come with us, or unless there's some information you
Told
can
you
give us.
once, I'll tell you again. I'm not going anywhere.
Well, then give us
Oh,
some
yes,
information
you
to
are.
take back. Shush, child. And give us some information to help us figure out our wits around here, so we can give something useful to take back to the burgomaster.
Like what?
Well, why else would he be sending us to you? Talon?
As you're looking at this man, you see he actually has a bandaged neck.
What did
and
you?
his hand is bandaged as well.
What happened to you? Those wounds.
I was gardening.
Take off the wrappings.
I'm not. Why?
Did he just say gardening? There's not even a sun here, dude.
Percy, stay away from him.
Who?
His eyes are widened,
As I say, stay away.
and he takes a couple steps and opens his door and shuts and locks it.
You were infected. As I bang on the door with my fist. You were infected, weren't you, priest?
No, go away! Go! Get out of here!
Tell
The
us-
morning lord will strike you down!
The Lord's gonna.
Right about there, you hear a sickening, Father! I'm starving! Come from below you.
Shocking. Probably works for Strahd.
What kind of monster? What's
I
going
walk up
on?
to the door, kick it open.
Okay, you try to kick it open. He's obviously holding it because the door opens for a second and then it slams shut.
Oh,
It's gonna be a hard
I've
one.
been
Come on.
stumped.
So where do we hear the Father? I'm hungry. From.
Below you.
What was that, priest?
I know, man.
You heard nothing!
I hear
He
nothing.
opens the door. You heard that too?
Take us to where that was, priest. As I open the door a little more, not so much to force him
You
in.
open the door and in this room,
Inside. Is
It's-
he lying?
roll insight.
10.
A 10?
10.
He's terrified. That's all you really get from that. He
By
seems
us?
with that roll, I would say yes from you, and he's obviously hiding something. That's what you gain from your insight. Let me read this real fast.
Okay.
An old desk and chair stand against the south wall, a wooden holy symbol mounted above them, a sunburst. A 10-foot long iron rod attached to the north wall stands bare, suggesting a tapestry once hung there. Against the far wall stands a wooden cabinet with 4 tall doors. That's what you guys see in that room.
Like, was there like a raven on that tapestry?
No.
Oh.
We worship the morning lord here.
Oh, that makes sense. Sorry, I forgot I was in the church, man.
He looks back at you. You heard that too?
Where's your cellar?
He seems to have like an epiphany. I'll take you right to it. And he opens
With
the
you
door.
leading the
I
way.
am not going down there.
And you're not leaving, like, staying up here
Opens the
long.
door.
And you're not staying up
I've
here
heard
long.
noises come from down here.
Yeah.
As he opens this door,
You're not staying
Ty-
to lock us down there either.
Time and neglect have punched holes in the ceiling of this moldy room, which contains a few broken roof shingles amid puddles of water. In one corner, set into the floor, is a heavy wooden trapdoor held shut with a chain and a padlock. He reaches for it. He reaches into his outfit and pulls out a key.
What's down there?
I have to confess.
You've been feeding the people of the village to your dead son?
I slam him against the wall the second.
He starts crying. You grab him and you slam him against the wall. I'm his father. What do you expect?
You claim to worship God and you sacrifice innocents? I knock him to the ground. Just not enough to break his jaw, but enough to knock
You just punch him.
right to the ground.
He's unconscious.
We'll wait till he wakes up.
I was going to ask him
You pick him up, slap him a couple times.
Get a little bit of water.
His lip is bruised.
I leave him with him now because I'm just going to beat this man there.
You sort of step away because you're pissed, Strahd.
I almost, not quite.
This man is propped up against the wall and he just starts crying.
You're
Can
a
I
butcher.
tell you a story?
Yeah, go ahead. What caused your son to become a zombie? Was he cursed? Is that how all these people are turning into
He's
zombies?
not a zombie.
What is he?
5 years or so ago,
Are you shitting me?
a mad mage came to the village of Barovia, gathered a handful of people, and thought he could take on Strahd himself. Like a sick joke, all of them were destroyed. But my son, he came back a monster, wanting blood. I locked him in the cellar. His screams have been agonizing me every day since. What am I to do? My son down there? Starving? It breaks my heart.
So you butchered men, women, and children and justified because your son became a monster? I almost... these two have to hold me back because I almost straight up go up and...
I did nothing.
My hand that's cursed possesses a certain amount of strength that you didn't realize was there.
So it's enough to keep me back,
and
just enough.
slams you up against the wall and is just mimicking combat.
A couple of books fall off the desk, and as you turn to this man, Count.
And
God damn it, Percy.
I turn to the priest and I go,
Perfect moment.
what's causing the zombies, and is
I'm gonna go back to the shop.
Gertruda one of the missing that you fed to your son?
I don't know. Gertruda, no, she ran away. My son isn't a zombie.
Right, okay.
He's something else. Something far more.
Is out of story, or out of context, out of game. Is Eastmark still with us? Is he watching all this?
He actually is like outside, and
He has no idea.
You sort of peek out, and you can see that he's just like sort of guarding the church.
So he has no fucking idea what's going on. Okay. Okay, so we need this priest.
And right about here, Father!
And
I'm
I turn to
starving!
the trapdoor and I yell,
Shut the fuck up! His eyes just widen. You have to help me. You can't kill him!
I'm like you. This is out of story. I'm like you. I'm just as pissed as you are. He's feeding people to his crazy son. So that's why that's why my hand took you and just threw you against the wall. And that's why I just yelled at this monster downstairs.
Doru doesn't deserve this. Please fix him. You can do magic? Fix him. Fix him.
There's only one way to fix your son now, Father.
I turned to him. I can fix him. Just give me time. And
You must not harm him.
I turn to Drakkar. Drakkar. Without him seeing me, I wink and I turn back and I go, I can fix your son.
He
I
pulls off.
possess a certain kind of magic that will allow me to change his mind. Which is casting mage hand.
He pulls off a key that's strung on a necklace and hands it to you with a shaking hand.
Okay, I grab
Don't
the
hurt
key.
him.
I I grab the key and I slowly let go of Dragar and trade for wherever he's at. I turn to him. Where did Trevor go?
I don't know. Moving on.
Okay. Percy's still sitting. We begin to head down the stairs. I turn to Donovich and I tell him, I'll fix your son, I promise. With that, we begin to head downstairs. We're gonna go kill his son.
Okay. So, Callan, you push this key into the lock and it chings open. A black door.
Because we still need the priest in order to bury Ophelia's dad. Because that was the only reason I didn't burn the dad alive, was because he would have turned to ash. And that would end any kind of payment that I'm trying to get out of this dude, as well as side quests.
But us trying to do what we're about to go do,
Okay, it's
he might
pitch
not help us
black
after
down there.
this.
No,
You're looking into darkness.
I have a high level of persuasion. I can
We'll see how it goes.
I can turn this guy around and tell him, look, I couldn't fix your son. It wasn't working. I'd kill him.
Well, let's just go forward. Okay.
Yeah.
I have faith in it.
I have persuasion. I can convince this dude. I have a pretty good chance of convincing him.
Okay. You are peering into darkness in this trapdoor.
I cast. Oh shit.
Firebolt.
I have firebolt, but
I do not shoot, man.
I mean, can I use it like a torch?
Yeah. Get a piece of wood or something.
Yeah, I grab. I grab a piece
Yeah.
of.
Can I just put it in my hand?
Yeah, you just go like this.
Yeah. Okay. I just flick on the light. And my hand is.
And I grab a couple pieces. Is there any wood or anything around I can grab?
We can use your claw. Well, here.
Just a torch, something we use as a makeshift torch, and I can go to your
Can you
hand.
go upstairs and grab pieces? Did we break open the trapdoor or we unlocked it, right?
It's just unlocked.
Okay.
Is there any loose wood on the walls around? I can
Sure.
use? Okay, I break a couple pieces off, and then I use it to we.
Okay, you have
3.
2 torches now.
I light the torch. I light you a torch.
Okay, Trevor.
I don't even know if I'm gonna
Fire
light Percy a
dagger.
torch. Yeah,
I
he's
got
got the
fire
fire
dagger.
dagger. That's
Okay,
right.
you guys all are now have the stairs go down about 30 feet into darkness, just beyond your torchlight.
Can I see any torches on the wall?
No,
or
you can't
candles?
see down there at all. You can see stairs, that's it. And then blackness. And as soon as you even peer inside, you get the smell of just metal, blood,
Is a firebolt a cantrip? I can't
and
remember.
musk.
I just shoot a fucking fireball all the way down the hallway.
Okay.
Down this.
For a
empty
second, it
dark-
illuminates, and you can see it's all dirt down there, and you can see pillars, and then the fireball hits the wall, and it goes out.
The pillars or something?
You can see pillars. Probably hold up the church.
Shoots another firebolt in the opposite. Or no.
Whoa. I'm trying to like perceive more.
I'm trying to. I've already got my hand lit on
Right,
fire.
right, right.
I'm trying to see if I can find like a torch or something
Right.
and to illuminate this empty cavern. The whole
You
room.
just whip out a bunch of firebolts all around.
Do, trying to figure out, get my ground.
Maybe light something on fire.
Okay, so you
Or no, fuck it.
It's a cantrip.
Hey, Jakar, give me your torch.
Yeah.
And I chuck the fucking torch as far as I can.
Okay, it clings down to the bottom of the stairs, and now from right here is you guys can see about 25 feet
I didn't know I was
radius,
on the stairwell.
and it actually illuminates probably like about this much of the.
So a good like
the cellar.
20, 30 feet.
I would say about half, roughly.
All right, that works.
The torch is about right here.
All
there-
right, proceed
As we get
downstairs.
down, I look for on the ground.
Since you've been looking, Callan, why don't you make a perception check against me or for me?
Perception.
Okay.
I feel really illuminated.
The church's undercroft has rough-hewn walls and a floor made of damp clay and earth. Rotting wooden pillars strain against the weight of the wooden ceiling. Candlelight from the chapel above slips through some cracks, allowing you to glimpse what's down here. And it's just a bunch of pillars. You see nothing.
Is it ground dirt?
Yeah, it's clay, like hard clay.
Yeah, it's like mud. I'm just gonna keep going forward, and then I'm gonna go where the
You
torch
step into the trapdoor.
Yeah. Sorry, I thought it was.
Wait. I make sure we have the chains and the key because I'm not letting this.
Why didn't I use the key to open it?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna use the chains and tie up. But let's make sure that priest is tied up so he doesn't try and lock us back in here the second we're
Oh,
down.
you're gonna chain him up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm chaining his ass up.
You're about to step inside,
And I'm like,
Dragar says, "Wait," and he grabs the chain from the trapdoor, and you just walk up to Donovich. What are you doing?
I chain him. It's like
You just grapple him.
Yeah, I grapple him.
Okay, he's obviously gonna resist you, so roll strength against me. Ugh! 3.
Barbarian.
20.
Natural 20?
So basically one
Dude,
handed.
nice. You just manhandle this dude,
One-handed.
and you chain him, and now he's chained on the floor.
Yeah, and it's enough so he can't get up or run away either. So
Okay.
he can maybe, like, if he has to, lean against the wall and, like, just struggle, but I don't want him getting away. Especially if those bites is from either his son or...
I'm guessing it is.
Yeah, so...
Trying to feed his son. He
Okay.
doesn't know anything about zombies. He just knows his son's cursed. So.
And his son's a vampire. That's what we got from it. So, and while we're up there, I'm going to look...
It's pretty eerie how quiet it is down here. And it's cold, dark, and damp.
I go to where I threw the torch.
You creep down the stairs,
Yeah.
and you feel like something's watching you as you get into the torch.
So I can shoot this firebolt as many times as I want, right?
Yep, cantrip it.
I pick up the torch and I chuck it in the opposite end of this cavern or whatever basement.
Right here?
Yep. And then I shoot a firebolt in this direction so I can see what's going on. Yep.
For a second, you see a figure up in the corner.
Which corner?
This one.
Okay.
And he's up there, and then your firebolt hits the wall.
Wait, he's
And-
up in the corner?
Like there.
Like hiding like a spider kind
Yep.
of thing?
And then, all of a sudden, blink, blink, 2 red eyes blink, and they're staring directly at you. And you hear...
I look at him and say, "Hey, fuckface!"
and I go down the stairs. You see him?
I see him. He's in the corner.
Dragar follows with a... He gets to the bottom of the staircase.
So there's 2 of us.
Jeffrey, Percy, what do you do?
I guess I'm trying help.
I run down.
Okay, Trevor, you run down as well.
Okay, so I think we're all down there.
Percy?
All right, so we're at the base of the stairs. How much?
Percy, you stay there?
Okay.
Okay.
How much movement do I have?
Don't worry about it, we're not in combat.
Oh, we're not done. Okay. I slowly try and make my way in a circular motion this way.
So, and I can see him, right, James?
Yeah.
Well, I eliminate.
No, it's darkness.
No, what I'm saying
I
is-
tell you guys, I relay the information. The dude is in the corner.
There's a person there!
Try circling him. I don't know who he is.
As you guys creep down the stairs, it's so cold and quiet down here.
While they're making their way, I pick up the torch again and I throw it. I'm sorry.
You're good.
It's a TV.
You're good.
I am so
Sorry,
sorry.
fucking shit.
I am so
So
sorry.
can we see him?
Okay, and it reveals a man, a boy more like, teenager. And he is, like I said, clinging to the top of the undercroft. And he's...
What sort of
And
beast?
at this moment, you can see 2 fangs. And he grabs onto his hair, and he looks evil as frick.
Family guarantee.
Oh, God.
Thank you, Father. He crawls down, and then his legs drop behind him, and then he stands up, and he's standing right in front of you.
You slaughtered men, women, and children, you little bastard.
And now you notice that you're standing in a pool of blood, Dragar.
Oh,
You look over to your left, and there's piles of bodies right
Men,
there.
women, and children.
Men, women, children.
The second I see a child, I literally, I look around.
Do I see a child?
Do I see,
Tell
Saw
if
a
he
child.
sees a child.
I'll cut your fucking head off, you little butcher.
Saw a
You
child!
little butcher beast.
Okay, what do you do, Dragar?
Super Saiyan.
Yeah, I'm running right at him with my axe. I shield and axe out, I'm going right at this little bastard. I'm mad.
Get
I
child!
just lost my shit.
Okay, Dragar charges towards this vampire.
Yeah, he does.
And what do you
Piece of
guys,
shit.
what do you guys do?
I see Dragar run off into the distance going, "Not the chair!" So I run down the stairs. I'm like, what's going on, guys?
You run down the stairs?
And I turn to the left. I'm like, oh, that's what I thought. Not
You said
good.
no chair?
As I'm going full swing, two-handed full swing at this little bastard. I'll kill you.
Okay, you swing. Go ahead and take a turn of combat. Dragar, what do you do?
Much so you confuse me, bro.
Double-handed. I'm doing this two-handed too.
Okay,
I'm going at him.
two-handed. Go ahead. And
Hi-ya!
swing. You swing your battle axe.
That's 12.
Okay. The vampire ducks you. Dragar runs up and swings, and this vampire is just ducking, and he's smiling. Ha ha! Foolish prey.
But
Trevor, what do you do?
Going up my lonesome.
So greatsword would be 2d6 actually.
Okay, what do you do?
Run up and attack.
So you run up and attack. Where do you run?
That's why the
Towards
key
the
is smart.
vampire.
To the left or to the right of Dragar?
Because if you run right at me, you're gonna stab
To
me.
the right. Okay, you get up right here. What do? You attack. Take your turn of combat.
Ooh. You're rolling
So
2.
are we?
Okay, you miss. He ducks you again.
Was that-
This time he grabs your throat, Trevor, and squeezes you. You're gonna take 4 damage. Trevor, he's This vampire just reaches out and grabs Trevor's throat, his nails digging into
I'm
his
trying to cut his
esophagus,
hand
and there's
off.
blood draining off. Dragar, you swing, slice, you roll an attack, you swing at his feet.
God damn.
Oh my god!
Oh, freeform.
What do you do?
11.
You see all this happen.
11.
You swing and you miss.
I run around.
I'm switching dice because
just
then I do
opposite side
this.
of the
Like 2
torch
rolls
where
in a
it's
row that are
laying.
shit.
Okay. You can
Further
stand
back,
on the torch if you want.
Further back.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right behind it, and
Yep.
I just shoot a firebolt.
Okay,
right
roll an
at it.
attack.
15.
You launch your firebolt into this vampire spawn and roll a damage.
13 damage right into his face.
Beautiful.
Nice.
Okay, Percy, what do you do?
I already told you.
You're just panicking?
Well, at the moment.
Okay, this vampire
First
jumps. This vampire
Because I
jumps.
mean, a turn I saw a bunch of bodies, saw a vampire attacking friends. First turn, I'm gonna cower in fear.
Perfect, I like it.
Second turn, I'll maybe do something.
Okay.
Alright.
So, Trevor, this vampire has you by the throat and he just launches you back about 10 feet. You fall prone right about there and he climbs up on the wall and he lunges at you, Dragar. He climbs up on the wall like this and just lunges. His bite coming right towards you.
I have my shield out, so.
I
I
17.
mentioned that before we left.
17.
Shield was out,
Hey,
everyone.
I'm good.
You
17.
block it with your
Everyone heard
shield.
me say my shield was out before
Yes,
I
we
went in
did.
the basement, did you not?
You block it with your
Everyone
shield.
heard me,
This
right?
vampire bites onto you, and his saliva is just dripping down your shield as this vampire slashes towards your face.
Well, I think you finished.
You dodge
the
it. Dragar, it's your turn. What do you do? How do you react? This
Little
vampire's teeth are on your fangs.
When we're in free
Is it- you mean on my shield?
Can I just shoot again?
Huh?
His fangs are right on my shield.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm
It's
gonna
just
try
open
and.
Yeah, we're just
Flash
we're
him
kind of
into the
going
wall,
for more
shoot
like.
him to death.
Even if you do something more creative than a fire.
Well, as he's like this, I'm
You
gonna
know,
take my axe and try and
Well, at the
to maybe
there's
take
not
his
much
arm.
environment
Okay, roll an
to
attack.
use.
So,
Natural
no.
one?
Yeah, natural one.
Natural one. Okay.
Let's go for it.
This
Damn it.
werewolf, this vampire grabs your shield. It bites on your shield, swings at you, grabs on your shield, whips it out of your hand, and throws it over toward Trevor.
Okay.
All right, and now and then you swung and you missed,
Yeah.
and then it jumps onto you and launches towards you.
What?
It's
It,
launching towards you now.
it jumped onto
Sorry, I was
Dragar.
talking to him that whole time.
It's fine. Jumped onto Dragar and then launched off of Dragar and is charging right towards you with his fangs drawn. Oh yeah, that's a 22. And you're also going to take 17 damage.
Jesus.
Yeah, vampire spawn ain't a joke. Okay.
So
You
I'm
feel
at
some venom enter your veins, but you resist it.
Wait, so you said I'm at 15 hit points?
You're at 15 HP. Okay, and he is now clung on to you, and that was his bite, so it sunk its teeth into your shoulder. And
As I come to,
it's now Tracy's turn.
Oh, why is things attacking everyone? I'll shoot a fireball dagger at the thing's face.
Okay, you launch a fireball. You have disadvantage.
So I summon my scimitar while he's like biting on my neck.
17. They're wrestling with the vampire. Callan's wrestling with the vampire, and he turns towards him, and you launch a fireball, and you're gonna hit Callan, and then Callan notices the fire, and you turn him towards you. Boom! Blasts this vampire. Go ahead and roll damage. You summon your scimitar. What do you do?
Well, since he's like right above me,
He's latched onto your shoulder.
I grab a scimitar with my free hand, my crazy hand, and it's like doing its own shit, and it tries to plunge the sword into his side.
Nice.
Plunge the sword into just roll attack. 9 damage.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so it's +5 the attack. Scimitar doesn't.
No, you hit automatically.
Oh, I hit automatically.
Yep, roll damage.
Oh, just roll it. Okay.
Okay, Dragar, what do you do? Actually, no, Trevor, what do you do?
Is this the D8
Get
right
up
here?
there.
Yep.
It's like
Trevor, you stand up. Oh, your head's a little dizzy.
7.
A shield clings to your side as the vampire launched Dragar's shield.
I grabbed the shield
hit
and
with the
flipped the
scimitar?
attack.
You grab the shield and you launch it
Yep.
at Dragar at the vampire.
Drago, vampire.
Dang, you launch the shield at the vampire. Go roll an attack.
Do it, roll it, dude. Come on.
Plus your strength.
We added damage. So
Oh! You Captain America this
Captain
shield.
America that
You
shit.
Captain America the shield and it flies. It hits this vampire. Ah, it turns to you. And you can see blood dripping down its face. And then all of a sudden the blood just stops. And you can see his wounds just as he regenerates.
How much?
You don't know.
And then I did 10 damage. I stabbed him in the side.
Beautiful.
Sorry.
Okay.
Jacob!
Okay, Dragar.
James, I
your
never
turn.
said I got rid of that stick.
Nope, you still have a stick, but it's not your turn. Dragar, what do you do?
Go for him. I'm trying to cut his head off.
Okay, you turn around. This vampire's latched onto Callan still. Callan is bleeding.
I'm trying to go for like shoulder fear on the vampire.
You slice at the vampire. Roll an attack. The vampire unlatches from you, Callan, and grabs onto you. His claws grab onto your shoulder, and he jumps. He launches himself towards Percy. Grabs onto this pillar and sort of climbs around it, and then does his backwards foot thing again. And now he's standing right in front of Percy.
Right.
Percy, what do you do? What do you do first?
Well,
Because you get a reaction to that. He just like launched himself off of
with
you.
my other free hand, I'm going to cast another firebolt at this dude.
You launch a fireball, roll attack. Percy, this thing climbed down a pillar and hisses right in your face.
30 years.
I'm gonna cast illusion. I fainted.
You just pass out. Okay, this vampire looks at you and then runs up the stairs and just.
After him, as I start chasing after. You unholy blood-sucking bitch!
Okay,
You did unholy fucking shit!
Okay, you charge up the stairs. This vampire.
No.
No, because we
Okay.
didn't think about
No one's declaring.
Okay, you charge up the stairs and.
Where's the priest?
I start charging up too.
I'll look at my bard spells. I bet I can really.
Where'd he go?
My God.
He's here. He's behind us.
Here he
Can a
is.
sorcerer eventually learn healing skills?
You see nothing. The door's wide open.
Still talk.
Where is he?
He escaped! Out the door! Run! Hurry!
We go after him.
You guys all follow?
James.
I'm trying to like.
Yeah.
You guys open the front door and you can see the form of Doru running down the path. He's almost
Oh, yeah.
gone, dude. He's dashed.
Come here, you coward!
As you guys charge forward, you guys are running into the
Come
the
on,
town
you
of
cowardly
Barovia.
child!
James, I pull out my stick
Butcher.
as I'm running.
And
Went
he
to my.
fades into the distance.
You coward! Blood-sucking coward!
And that's where we're gonna take our first break.
Yep.
Dragar, you're standing in the middle of the village of Barovia. You watched Doru the vampire spawn fade off down the streets in the distance. What do you do?
I start chasing after.
He's gone, dude. That's what we've been doing. He's gone out of sight now, right?
You lost sight of him. You can roll perception check to see if you can find him.
Oh, yep.
See him anywhere.
Okay, so then I take a breath, an angry breath, I calm down. I straight up just walk back to the church. You're like, that priest knows it. We're going to take the priest to the burgomaster and we're going to find out what's going on. I'm mad at this point, so I'm going to drive straight up.
Alright, Dragar just walks back into the church. Do you guys follow?
Lord.
I'm down there trying not to die.
You're not dying.
You're upstairs.
Is the priest still chained
Take
up?
some damage. You're gonna die.
No, you're fine.
Bleeding profusely. Anyway.
Is the, is the priest still chained up?
Of course.
How does that look? Does that look good?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
That'll
Yeah,
do.
he's still chained up, bro.
Yep, he is right here.
I lift him up against the wall and bring him kind of closer to the entrance, like.
I come upstairs. put him
I straight up. I almost. I don't quite smash his face in. I don't even punch him, but I get close enough that when my fist hits the wall, it would have broken.
He
his nose.
winces. What are you going to do? Kill me?
No, I'm gonna take
I
it.
have nothing left. You let him escape.
And yeah, after you butchered men, women, and children in the name of God, you make me sick as I slap him across the face. I'll take you to the burgomaster, and we'll figure out what to do with you then.
He spits blood.
I heave him, so we
He's still chained up.
so we loosen his legs enough so we can walk, but he's still chained up. So then
Okay.
we're gonna walk him to the burgomaster.
You sort of push him. out the hallway.
I'm
And
disgusted.
And he stumbles, but he's on his feet.
I make
still.
sure he doesn't fall over. I'm not going to be that cruel, but I'm definitely not being. I'm definitely being a dick.
I've done enough punishment, don't you think?
You slaughter. Your son slaughtered children. You brought children down there to be butchered. You deserve worse.
What else do I do?
I punch him to the ground. You make me sick. Didn't knock him out, just enough to the ground. Boom.
Roll strength. See how hard you punch him.
You dash his skull in.
Let's not do that. 12 plus
Plus your strength.
18.
18. Wow. Yeah, you definitely. He's knocked unconscious.
I'd pick him up because I'm just mad.
His dead weight on your shoulders.
Now I have to deal with it all the way. If I had the punch to knock him down, I have to carry him now.
He's just a standard man. He's not very tough.
Well,
He's like
still.
literally floating.
I know, but I'm angry, so that's not helping.
Is he literally about dead?
No,
he's
he's not.
unconscious.
He's unconscious.
This is twice I've knocked him out now because I'm just angry because he butchered too many innocents. I don't care if he did it for his son. That's
I come out of the door and go up to what's his face, Eastmark, and I kind of give him the full rundown of what has gone on.
Eastmark's sort of outside. You walk up to him. What happened here? I saw Doru run away. What happened?
Doru is a monster now who's been slaughtering all the missing people. This priest here, as I hold him chained up.
Missing what?
The priest has been taking all the missing people. He's been feeding them to his son. The child of beast has escaped into the night.
Donovich, is this true?
He's eventually starting to.
Donis.
Yeah, he wakes up. Donovich looks at him. It's true. What do we do with him now? Can't kill a priest. Dragar, in your mind, a flash of a man just beaten to fuck, bloody as shit, and then it's gone. Can't kill a priest.
You have a jail or somewhere we can hold him now, for now. Some place to hold him. Burgomaster.
I say we leave him here. He needs to pray to the Morning Lord for this.
Pray to the Morning Lord. You let it. He literally fed women, children, and men to his son, and
That sounds like he should die for that. I don't know.
I don't know, or at the very least be imprisoned.
It's not any of our places to say who lives and who dies, especially one who worships the Morning Lord.
You run this down.
Seems to me like if you're killing people, doesn't matter who you worship, right?
Well, your moral quandaries are different than mine, and I, as you say,
You're
am
right.
the
And I
Burgomaster.
step up and I stab him in the face.
You stab Donovich? Look what? What do you have? You gave it to
Fire dagger. Fire dagger.
You just right there in the throat.
Well, I believe in
And then
my
he
own
just
justice.
drops, and Eastmark is just amazed at this.
Callahan goes up to Eastmark and he goes.
Donovich just drops.
Seems like the Morning Lord didn't do anything much to me, did he?
What have you done?
Seems like
Percy!
justice.
You drunk fool!
Well, it just felt like justice to me. I don't know about you guys.
Dude,
I say no. I just look at you.
Well, that's one way to handle it.
You looks like somebody. Looks like
You
somebody
have a
else.
judge, do you?
Let's go back to the mansion.
I don't think anyone has a judge or anything around here, do they?
He walked off.
What I thought.
Yeah.
We were supposed to use
I was fine with leaving him in a prison too.
We were
Make
supposed
him.
to use the priest to bury her dad.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
sorry guys. Maybe
too
you should
late.
maybe fill in Percy a bit more, huh? Well,
Too late.
and I.
Eastmark leads you guys down the
As
street.
I got the dagger in the throat, I light it on fire. I'm like, well, at least it won't be a.
Oh, he died.
remains.
He died from the
He's
dagger.
gone.
Oh, I know. I was setting the corpse on fire.
Well, but he was also bit,
by.
but he was also bit
dang.
by his son too.
Yeah.
So we were
Okay,
kind
so
of.
you light Donovich's corpse on
Right. I
fire.
didn't want to leave a mess.
Callahan just shakes his head and goes, God damn it, and just keeps walking.
We'll have to find another priest. That's all I say.
I'm picturing like a shot.
I mean, let's be real, guys. Is he really a priest if he's murdering people and feeding them to his vampire son?
No.
Is he gonna really sanctify someone's burial?
Percy, you have a point.
I thought so.
Yes.
Alright. So
No.
maybe Percy did the right
Do you guys
thing.
know any priests?
I didn't. I'm not complaining.
Ophelia's not gonna.
You know, I've been kind of feeling recently like I've been feeling a connection with the Lord more. And I might pursue some clerical studies soon.
You guys are shielding each other from the rain as you guys are walking down the main street of the
So
village
you
of
know,
Barovia.
there's not a priest per se in town, but you know, I feel pretty holy, and I got a lot of good things to say, and I feel like I can spread a good word. So I feel like I could be the new priest.
Kellen has just been walking and just heard all of this over the rain and just laughing to himself as he walks. E-Smart can't hear shit from Kellen.
I
He's
mean,
just fucking laughing.
I don't have a son who's a vampire, and I haven't really murdered anyone in cold blood besides that priest. But I mean, was killing people though.
Yeah.
Are we going back to the mansion that has Ophelia?
No.
You guys eventually make it back to this old.
We didn't have any interest in her. She seemed not
Mansion.
very nice.
Well, he's leading you right towards that.
Oh.
So there
Well,
we
it
go.
turns out we are. I don't pay attention very well.
It's okay.
He opens the door. What did you do?
Oh, me?
What happened? What happened to Donovich? What's going on?
Your priest was the one
Uh,
kidnapping all the people around town,
right.
feeding him to his vampire
Ismark
son.
holds up his hand. Just don't. Okay?
I mean, it's a pretty simple story. He killed
please.
people, gave
Percy!
him to his vampire son. I killed him.
What? You killed him!
Pretty simple.
He was butchering women, children, and
Right.
men.
She pulls out her sword and charges towards you.
I
Ismark
caught-
grabs her arm. You do? Dragar grabs his arm. Ophelia, enough! They're here to help us!
Yeah, I mean,
He's a monster! Listen to them!
pretty straightforward with what I said there.
And I take the weapon from you.
She
Child.
just starts weeping.
It's not my fault. Don't take your aggressions out
This
on
place
me.
is so fucked!
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
There's zombies and vampires and werewolves. You should have probably left way long ago.
Our father is chopped into fucking pieces in the other room, Ismark!
Right. That too. It's
I'm
not a-
sorry.
It's not a good day for you. Let's be honest.
I'm sorry, Ophelia. All we've experienced is horror since we've entered this land.
I'm out of story just laughing, okay? I'm just laughing.
I mean, I turned to Ophelia. I mean, I'm feeling pretty holy. Maybe I can put him to rest.
My hand just
Ismark
starts
says-
going off.
Yeah, he says he's actually been thinking about becoming a priest. Okay?
Yeah, like I feel like I'm gonna be a cleric really soon.
Roll perception. Or
You want-
persuasion.
It's not a lie.
Roll persuasion.
Okay, well,
You're trying to persuade. Okay.
You don't like the bard?
What? No, I do. I'm gonna be a bard and then I'm gonna be a cleric also.
Oh.
Both.
Okay.
Cleric bard.
Well,
Bard cleric.
you said her name was Pocket?
Right.
Percy!
Pocket is.
Well, it depends on who you ask. Percy to that.
Pocket the
Pocket's,
Protector.
Percy Pocket.
It's a very interesting name.
Pocket Percy.
But if you are true and you do worship the Morning Lord,
No, you don't.
give me one hymn.
He's short for PP.
One him?
That's all I ask.
I'll be honest, I won't lie, because I just started this new pursuit of godliness.
Yeah, Ophelia, he literally told me on the way here
Right.
that he was considering it.
Right, so I don't actually know a hymn, but
So you've never performed any kind of service?
I did just vanquish a really evil thing, and I'm feeling really godly, okay? So just give me a second here.
Nothing speaks of godliness by stabbing a priest in the throat.
Well, he was murdering
I know, but
people,
that's.
Traeger.
Yes.
That's not my fault.
No, and I have nothing.
He was talking about keeping him captive, a bunch of things that didn't make any sense.
Callan goes up to Ophelia and calms her down and goes,
As I was saying-
you did the right thing.
Oh, the morning Lord, bless this corpse. The zombie with his bloody parts
Does he
flaming.
always do this?
It gets better, trust me. Just take a swig.
Yes, here.
Ophelia!
Let me try to.
I've heard enough. I've heard enough. Pocket.
Narrative. A little bit more mellow for your father.
Yes, you're quite convincing with your little lute.
I can make it sound different
Ophelia, I feel
sometimes.
so sorry right now.
Well, muscle man,
That's pretty good for
you bag up my father. Dragar, you bag up the sliced up pieces of Koyan as Percy's staying up on the bed, his legs all up, and he just finishes his cord. Eastmark walks up to you. I know we can find a book
Oh,
in the church. It'll help.
I didn't mean to hit that.
So we're going back to the church now.
Okay. You guys walk back up to the hill where atop the church sits. Behind the church, the hill sort of dips down into a low little clearing in the forest, and there's a giant graveyard / cemetery. A fence of wrought iron with a rusty gate encloses a rectangular plot of land behind the dilapidated church.
Right.
Tightly packed gravestones shrouded by fog bear the names of souls long past. All seems quiet. Ismark has ran inside and comes back and hands you this book. It's titled Hymns to the Dawn. It's just filled with hymns.
Well, I started hitting.
Okay. You start studying this book.
Yeah.
Okay. Ismark walks over and grabs a few shovels. It's raining pretty good, and thunder streaks across the sky. Dragar, you immediately start digging.
In a random place, it's not even the grave.
Oh, I thought we were in...
There's no grave. You pick an empty
I'm
spot
just kidding. Yeah.
and you begin digging.
Yeah.
You just start digging in the middle of the street.
What do you guys do?
I just stand there and watch. My strength.
Okay, what are you doing?
You still reading?
You
the book?
really need to... We're burying
still
this
reading the
dead
book?
body that got dismembered.
Trevor, what are you doing? Are you just watching Dragar dig this huge hole?
Yeah.
Like working for the city, you just Callan strikes up a conversation with Treymark, as casual as he can be. He's like, so how about this rate? Treymark.
Ismark.
Ismark.
Oh, it's like,
Who the fuck is trademark?
My other hand.
Oh,
Right, like both of them just go crazy. No, Ismark. Strikes up the conversation with Ismark. Kind of like,
Ismark's just sort of staring, watching Dragar dig this dirt.
how about this rain, huh?
It's no time for comedy.
Just trying to make light of the
Appreciate it.
situation.
I do appreciate it.
shit.
Take an inspiration for that.
How far along is the
Dragar,
hole?
you're about halfway through the hole.
I keep going.
You're hitting rougher and like harder dirt.
So I start picking up the pace a little bit.
Jeff, are you sort of looking around and you realize that we're not alone?
Mad Mary.
You can see a figure off to the other side of the cemetery and just seems to be standing there. He's cloaked.
I take a closer look.
That's what you see.
You gonna say anything? Or?
Did you mention anything to any of us?
Yes, I yell out. I see a figure.
You're going to yell it out.
Well,
Any points to you? Any points? Probably.
I now officially roll a perception check.
You don't need to.
Okay.
You look up through the rain, the cold, biting wind,
wait.
across the graveyard.
Cemetery.
You see a robed figure. Darkness obscures his face, and he stands there. He's probably 100 to 80 yards away from you.
Damn.
The graveyard's pretty big. Gravestone.
I start to walk towards him.
Yeah, I think he's a demon.
You walk towards him.
Yeah.
You notice as you come in towards him, he gets off. He was leaning against a tree, and like pushes himself off and starts walking towards you.
Do I know what's happening? Or am I
No,
still
what
mistaken?
another pebble?
Do I know what's
Callan?
happening?
No, the figure.
It hits me in the
Okay,
back of
now
the
that
head.
he's a little bit more in range, roll attack. No proficiency, just your strength.
Is that 11?
Plus your strength. Okay, this figure's walking closer to you,
That's a 3, so horsey.
and a rock behind you. Again. As you walk closer to this figure, his face seems to be revealed a little bit more. Pale skin.
Pull out my scimitar.
You arm yourself.
I arm myself.
He holds his arm out like this. No need.
Who are you?
I'm Strahd. I'm Count Strahd Banzarovich. I'm here to pay my respects. Excuse me. And he walks past you.
Wait, he's very targeting him?
And he walks past
He
you.
walks
And he's now
right
walking
past me.
right up to you guys as you're digging. And he's just standing there. Before you is a man. Pretty bulky. Probably 6'2", maybe 250 pounds. His hair is slicked back.
Noble, very noble.
Very noble looking man. And he has both of his arms crossed behind his back. And
Like, who are you,
he
man?
seems sad.
What? Like, who? I don't even know you. Who are you?
I'm here to pay my respects.
Yeah, like how, man?
Do I see this figure?
Yeah,
I-
Dragar,
I look at his face.
You're finished your shovel. It's about 6 foot hole.
I do.
He
I look
stands there.
I look
and
up at his face and I recognize. It takes me a second. I like, you're Strahd.
He smiles, a toothy smile. You see fangs in his mouth. He lifts back his hood. Ophelia, Isma, I am deeply sorry for your loss. You must admit it was my fault. Your father did not respect me. I threw zombies down your water well. And I liked the chaos at first. But I did not mean for your father to pass this way. And for that, I am sorry.
Did you turn the boy?
Kind of a bad plan, man.
Did you turn the boy who, the priest's
I say
son?
that out loud.
He ignores you.
Did you turn the priest's son?
Like, you think
Yes.
throwing zombies won't
And was
result
that
in
just another
someone
step?
dying?
And was that just another stone into the?
I told you before.
Doesn't make a lot of sense, man.
I don't want. I do want
Okay.
zombies in this village.
You do it.
But I did not want for them to die.
Bad plan.
You think you are funny. man.
No.
I see through your illusion.
Okay.
I know your true face.
This is normal. I'm just a bard.
Keep talking, and I will reveal yourself to your friends who trust you with their life, yet you can't even give them truth. Dragar, I've been watching you since Durst Manor. I must say your strength is admirable. Trethor, my wolves brought me your sword. He pulls out a sword. I'll give it back to you.
Ooh, in-game props.
I'm sorry they attacked you. They trained to attack on sight.
Yeah, I figured that.
Percy, I admire your skills. Callan,
Oh shit, you know my name.
I know all of Barovia. Callan, you interest me.
I do.
All of you interest me. I'd like to invite you all to dinner tonight. I am deeply sorry for the loss of your father, Ophelia, and Koyan. Ismark, I know it is not your vaunting, but you must take up the mantle of the Burgomaster. He pulls out an envelope, presents it to you, Percy. Your passage will be safe. A wind picks up, and he forms into mist in front of your very eyes, and the wind carries him off into the mist. He's just sort of like, his jaws just open, and he just hands you the letter.
I don't know what to fucking say. 'Cause this is the first time me meeting Strahd.
All of it is. I don't for everybody.
Yeah,
Oh.
I only recognized him because I've been looking at all the coins and pictures, so I've been actually. That's why I said, well, as soon as he walked up, I was like, "You're Strahd." And I'm in a hole just holding the
open the
shovel,
letter?
so I'm like
Yeah,
at a
okay.
disadvantage. So
I open the letter and I read it out loud.
It says, "My friends, know that it is I who have brought you to this land, my home, and know that I alone can release you from it. I bid you dine at my castle so that we can meet in civilized surroundings. Your passage here will be a safe one. I await your arrival. Your host, Strahd von Zarovich."